can even say like people, different black people in a different like throughout America don't even speak the same AAVE. Brad's is from Chicago. I'm near the Detroit area. We have similar AAV, but she sounds completely different than I sound. I sound completely different from a black person from Jacksonville. We sound completely different from the black people in Cali. And that's just in America alone. We don't even know there's subgroups, but that should be as simple as I can explain it that you can actually understand.
No, you know what? I'll do one better. So, Rod.
I just want to know what's a subgroup.
No. I'm trying to give you an analogy so you can understand, right?
No. I can understand clearly.
No. I'm trying to give you an analogy so you can understand. I'm trying to break it down so that you're asking the question. I'm trying to help you understand.
Yes, I'm saying what's a subgroup? That's all I'm asking.
Take Nigeria for example. They have different tribes. They have Igbo, Edo, they have Yoruba, they have Hausa. Those are subgroups of one ethnicity of being Nigerian. Those are tribes. Those are subgroups. And even within those tribes, you have
wait.
In them.
J. Marie, there are subgroup within one country, right? The country is Nigeria. So our country is America.
Yep.
Here are some of our subgroups right here.
No, that's false though. That's false.
It literally says.
How is that?
I mean, why would it only be 9 subgroups and it's 50 states?
I said some.
This is a lost cause.
It's not a lost cause. You guys are teachers. You're supposed to be patient and teach.
But Rod, that's not right. How are you denying the information that you don't know? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Just listen. You're saying that all of us speak different languages in America, right? Right, but then you say the subgroup of one country, since we're the same race of people, okay? And you say we all speak different languages. But all I'm saying is, we can speak different languages, but the whole majority speak English.
Though the majority speak African American vernacular English. That's still a language.
English. It's
not English. It's a pidgin language. A pidgin language is when two languages come together to form a new language. If I walk up to a white tea person in England where English originated and I say it's not given what it's supposed to give, they're going to look at me like, what the hell is she talking about? Because I'm speaking African American vernacular English. If I walk up to a person that is from England and I tell them, hey, you capping real hard right now, they're gonna be like, what the hell do she mean I'm capping real hard right now? Is she talking about I'm shooting? Is she talking about I'm wearing a cap? Because they don't know that I'm telling them that they lying or they flexing, because that's Chicago African American vernacular English.
And you can, you're so goofy.
I am so bro.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you. Wait. Everybody mute up. That is
one at a time.
If you're not Brats, mute your mic. If you're not Brats, mute your mic. Let me ask you this, Rod. Do you know what language Jamaican people speak?
All I can say is it Jamaican? Is it Jamaican?
Is Jamaican patois? Have you ever heard a Jamaican person? Have you ever heard a Jamaican person speak?
I have.
Did you understand them?
They had that thick accent, but I still understood them.
Okay, so Jamaican patois is a pidgin language. It is a language of West African language. No, it's a pidgin language of West African language. They're English colonizers and then the Taino people that were indigenous to that land mixed together. That is how Jamaican patois came to be. It is a different language. And the reason why African Americans can understand their language is to a certain extent is because we also speak a pidgin language. But there are still differences. So sometimes we do not understand what they are saying. And the majority of the time, people from England don't understand anything.
I also want to point out that pidgin languages can be more.
So pidgin language is slang?
I am speaking, and if you do not want to be read for filth, you will not interrupt me. Pidgin languages can be more than just 2 languages put together, as a AVE is a amazing example. But Rod, my question to you, and the moment I go on mute, you can answer my question, but I want this question answered, is this. What makes you say that we are wrong and yet say that we are teachers? Because I know everyone else on this panel other than me does not work in the school district. They don't work with children. I'm the only person who is the literal.
I've worked with children. I do
If
work
you
with
interrupt me
children.
one more goddamn time, you're gonna hear me blow a damn gasket. Shut up while I'm still speaking.
I need you to stop cussing on my panel. I do work with children. I'm a pediatric medical assistant. I'm not teaching them nothing. I'm just checking vitals.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
I was saying, like, I'm the only one on this panel who actively works with children as a teacher, as an educator. So, Rod, you just said we was all teachers and that it's going to be difficult. And Rod? Ooh. I'm not going to do it because I'm gonna respect my sister's
explain what you're trying to say.
No.
If I read
you
you
disrespect, you should get booted.
What the fuck?
Rod, you bobblehead
Our
Say
teachers.
to stop cussing on the panel. Relax.
Rod,
Fuck
you bobblehead.
Let's power tap the screen and get the likes up to 50K likes. I can just end this conversation and we don't have one at all. What we're going to do is respect my panel. We're going to use TikTok friendly vernacular. We're going to have an educational conversation. Nobody has to educate you. Nobody has to sit here and give you the time of day. So if we are taking time out of our day to educate you, the least you can do is listen. Listen to understand, not listen to respond. The cussing on my panel will stop. Because ain't nobody gonna have to serve them 7 days of being banana but me. So either y'all gonna respect my space or I'm gonna sit up here and talk to myself. Which one? Which one?
Oh. Well,
because if I call Taz in here, then everybody gonna be salty. So come correct.
Y'all about to have me day drinking.
For real. Even if I know y'all, if y'all get a little too out of pocket, I'm dropping y'all. I had to go handle some business real quick. And I came in at the end of that. So be respectful, please, and thank you.
Oh, also to all of the girlies in the comments, I can't reply to none of y'all comments. I'm comment banned, so if y'all saying hey and stuff, hey my loves, I can't comment right now because I'm comment banned.
I did keep the cussing down and I stopped cussing. But Rod, do not interrupt me again. I was trying to say,
who is you?
Oh, what is with the Vim? Like, what's
better than you? That's apparently who I is. Because I
know
who
that
I
I
is,
called
and
you
I
a
said what I
teacher?
said, and I was.
Are you serious?
No, what the point that Harleen was making is that none of us are teachers, and it's not any of our duties to teach you anything.
Y'all explaining something.
We're taking the time out of our day to explain things to you, and you're not staying on mute. I will drop you if it happens again.
I am the only one working in education. That is what I said. And I was trying to ask you this. You said we are all teachers.
Bad for the children you teach, because you suck.
Okay, yeah, that's done.
Not to overstep, but I want Missy to finish, or Arlene to finish her point, and then you can speak. That's literally it. Just do that.
My point was literally me just going to ask him, what makes him say that we're incorrect and wrong and that we're lying when he's calling us the teachers, which means he doesn't know anything? So that was all I was going to say. I'm the only one who is literally working in education, but he wanted to be disrespectful. So I'm gonna mute up because I'm really trying to be respectful right now.
Can I say something? Or Brats, did you need to say something?
Yeah, go ahead, love.
I also wanted to clarify, Lord, the subgroups that we have, the about 9 subgroups that we have, it's not a subgroup per state. Robert's trying to make it like it's a subgroup per state. It's not that. There's different subgroups. We have subgroups in the Dominican Republic, the Semana people. Those are African Americans. Those are Dominican Republic. You have the Gullah Geechee people. Our Gullah corridor stretches across many different states. There's not a subgroup per state. That's not how that works. It stretches amongst regions, not amongst states.
Thank you, J. Marie. I would like for the new people on the panel to introduce themselves. Roro, can I get your age, name, race, and pronouns, please? Thank you. Jay, age, name, race, and pronouns, please.
Oh, hey guys. My name is Jay. I'm 18. I'm black. And my pronouns are he, him.
All right. So, Shama, I want to have a conversation with you because in the comments you told us that Chicago was founded by a Haitian person, which we understand. I just want to know, like, why do you keep centering your ethnicity in this conversation?
I'm sorry, please interrupt. They can't hear Rolo.
In that comment, I also said it was a fun fact. It was just a fun fact.
Okay, because when it was your turn to speak, you were centering yourself. So did you come up here to talk about the disrespect towards African Americans, or did you come up here to perpetuate it?
So I'm not coming in with any of that energy at all. I think I'm highly misunderstood in this panel, but that's fine. I was just conflating the idea of social ethnicity and then also just like the government, the way that they categorize you and the way that you're also treated. Like, I'm going to be presented as an African American person, regardless of what room I come in, unless I open my mouth.
So what does a Haitian person found in Chicago have to do with this conversation?
Again, I said that it was a fun fact in the comment section. Just a fun fact. Because some people might not know.
We didn't need the fun fact because I actually speak about it all the time. But right now we're having a conversation about African Americans. And when I spoke about my grandfather and how we ended up in Chicago, you decided to censor yourself.
Right. Because it was just a fun fact. I don't think that you're... I don't know if you're trying to be purposefully like disrespectful or rude or come off.
I don't disrespect anybody or be rude to anybody. I think it's rude and disrespectful.
It's condescending.
I think it's rude and disrespectful for you to be centering your ethnicity in a conversation where I'm literally saying that my culture is not respected. I don't care that when you step into rooms,
my culture is not respected either.
Never said it wasn't, but you're doing it again. You're centering yourself.
Why would we have these conversations? Why can't?
May I speak?
So if your culture is not respected, why don't you host a Haitian space and talk about how Haitian people are not respected within the diaspora and they were the first ones to get their independence? In fact, my mutual Mami Chula, who is Haitian and Dominican, often hosts those type of lives, which I take participation in because I am Dominican. However, that's not the conversation that we're having. So why do you keep censoring yourself? Is your voice more important than AA's?
Because the first prompt says being black in America does not make you African American. In spite of that, I disagree with that. Just because of the way
why do you keep identifying yourself as Haitian if you're African American? How can you disagree with that? This is exactly what I was talking about, is when it's convenient for people in conversations to step on African Americans as an ethnicity and as a culture, they do it. You are Haitian American. It was a fun fact for you that Chicago was founded by a Haitian man. Continue to glorify being Haitian. You're not African American.
Being African, from African descent and American, and I'm an American, and
that's not what African American means.
I'm not African American.
It's not what African American means.
No.
That's not what it means, even though that's exactly what it means. Is African descent and being born in America.
Yeah, this is why I said
no. It's not confusing because when she came up here, she identified herself as Haitian American. It's nothing for her to be confused about.
Right.
She has an island to go home. You have an island to go home to. We're not talking about the census. We're having a conversation.
I don't have an island to go home.
We're having a conversation about the black diaspora. And within the black diaspora, the United States is the motherland for the ethnicity of AA. African Americans have been in the United States before the United States was the United States. So if you wasn't here before the United States was the United States, then just stop. Seriously.
You say you want to have a conversation, but you keep muting me. And then also when we were having the showtime, you also kept interrupting me. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I'm coming to you respectfully, and that's only respectfully. What I'm trying to say is because of the confusion when it comes to,
this is what I'll say, just so maybe you don't think I'm like coming against you, because I'm not. I completely agree with the notion that yes, being African American is also an ethnicity, but it's also a way to identify any Black person in America.
No, it's
No.
And
not.
I understand.
And that's what you're not understanding.
Hold on.
This is erasure.
I will also complete my sentence so you understand what I'm trying to say, so you don't make any conclusions or assumptions. That let's not do that. What I'm talking about is that one, because as a person who is in America who's in America as a Black person, I've been identified.
You are Black in America. You are not African American.
She's
check the box that says Black or African American.
May I please finish my statement before we start?
Can you? No, you cannot finish to erase me. Absolutely not. You cannot finish erasing me. No.
Girl, who's erasing you? I'm not.
You.
I'm trying to state something and you guys won't let me.
You literally are erasing me.
But you won't let me finish. So if you let me finish, you would see that I'm not trying to erase you.
But it's the impact over the intent, Shama. This is you claiming that you're an ethnicity that you're not is erasure. And that is why emotions are heightened right now, because we're consistently erased ethnically. That may not be what you're intending to do, but it is what you're doing.
Technically, my ethnicity is being erased because at the end of the day, I don't have...
No.
Let me finish, bro. Because if you want to have an actual conversation, an actual dialogue, you have to let me finish. Because you're going to...
This is why we're getting pissed. Well, I'm sorry, Bress. This is why we're getting upset.
You guys are ignorant as fuck.
You're ignorant. You're dumb.
I knew you had one.
You're actually dumb. And this is why we're getting the way that we are.
Dominican Republicans are not African Americans, Jay.
Rod, stop. Please stop.
Just for a moment.
Oh my God. Like this is why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. We can recognize the plight of our Haitian brothers and sisters, but when we're speaking about African Americans, let us have our moment. Dang, why is it so hard for y'all to understand? This is ridiculous. It's getting annoying. Y'all do this constantly to us.
And this is the problem.
They were confusing being Black, like race, like because she kept saying, "When I'm identified, I'm going to be identified as Black." No, duh. You use Black. We see that. We know your race. You're Black, but you're Haitian. You're a Black Haitian American. That's cool. That's great. But every time, literally this whole time, you kept trying to disregard, I should say, African American people, Black AAs in America every time you did that, right? And then got mad when people retaliated. That's not gonna work. If you want to come up and actually try it again, we could try it again. But the over talking gotta stop, and y'all gotta stop cussing, please. Lord have mercy on all that. Okay. Rod, you can come up in a moment because you don't even know Black culture, and that's not even a shot. You literally said that when you came up. So I don't think this is a conversation you can handle. You didn't know what a subcategory was. Again, that's not a shot. That's just we can't have these conversations. Okay.
Thanks, Sunflower.
Sorry, I'm not trying to overstep.
Jay, what do you have to say about the topics?
I had a question about something you said, and then something J. Marie did, I guess I'd say.
Go ahead.
Okay, so like, this idea that stuff belongs to Black culture is like that idea coming from like the fact that Black people created it, or like where's that coming from? And then to J. Marie, the languages you spoke. Well, the first one I thought was English. I thought you were just speaking with an accent. But those two languages, I guess, are those like African American languages, or are those what's it called, like African languages that you're just speaking?
Jay Marie, before you respond, Jay, are you Black?
He is. We've had conversations with Jay. He is Black.
Okay, because someone said he wasn't, and I was supposed to be.
Those are African American languages. Golagichi and Totonese, those are African American languages. Merico, African American language. Semana, African American language. Afro-Seminole Creole, African American languages.
Could you explain, like, when you came up and you said that you're speaking in one, but you were speaking like straight English? I thought, like, could you?
That's not English. Okay, if I tell you, no. I'm gonna give you an example. I say What did I just say?
I don't know what that was, but you said something.
Okay. When I say una fikra katit, what does that mean?
No clue.
I said when the people don't crack a teeth out of their mouth and they speak ignorant, that you may have thought that was English. But when I say when una for crack a teeth, you don't know what I have to say. I just said something completely different than English.
So Jay, can you tell me what that statement means?
No, I still don't even know what she said. But what I asked.
But you said it was English. So what's being said in English?
Yeah. So
everybody that's in the comments, that's saying it's English, can y'all translate?
Yeah. So what I asked is when she came up and she said something to, I don't know, his name was Rod or something. She said it sounded like straight English just with an accent. That's
okay. So since it's English, translate.
I said it sounded. I didn't say what she just said sounded like English. I don't know what.
That's the same thing that she said. She just repeated it. So translate.
No. She said, okay, so when she came up, she spoke one language, and then she said, here's another one. And then maybe she said that, but before that, she said...
No, that's what she said when she said she was speaking Gullah Geechee. That's literally what she said.
Oh, maybe I was able to translate it earlier, because I remember...
Okay,
I mean, I don't
we'll translate it now.
Could you say it one more time?
I said, when I came up here, I said, for cracker teeth. Ignorant. You know what ignorant means?
Yeah, I know what ignorant means. I can't tell you
when the people that for cracker teeth, what I say?
No clue.
Exactly.
When the people are from, I don't know, shit.
Oh, shit.
My bad.
Jay, no. I appreciate you for trying, but no, friend.
All right. And then, well, yeah, that was my question.
Real quick, Gray, do not question Jay's blackness. You are the last person who should be questioning anyone's blackness. You have shown anti-blackness this whole time, before, during, and up to today. So please do not question anyone's blackness. Everyone else who accepted that, who knows each other on this panel.
But you're questioning my blackness, so it doesn't work like that, man.
So first off, people who question blackness, who actually question blackness, are questioning the immersion in the culture. When we question you about your blackness, we question you about your immersion in our culture. Jay is immersed in the culture. You are not.
Immersed in black culture. And that's disgusting.
It is not. That is literally how it works.
I don't care.
With a lot of things.
You're running the conversation. You just want to.
If you interrupt me one more time, I will be PG. I will PG read you. Lord, I was literally saying, do not question someone's blackness. We already know Jay is black. We have been having this conversation with Jay. We've all seen Jay within the lives. We've even seen him camp up. Do not question someone's blackness when you yourself have not went and unpacked your anti-blackness. Questioning someone's blackness is questioning their immersion within the culture. You are not immersed in the culture. You have no right to actually question someone about their blackness. That is what that means, and that is what I'm saying. And I am not questioning your blackness because we've already gone down this road with Derek and Sauce in his live. Your blackness has been brought into question, and you have shown that you are anti-black. You are not immersed in the culture. So, no.
What does it mean to read somebody? Is that like something?
Wait, Gray, Gray, don't you be ableist. Now you can come up because...
Roro, put your request back in, love. It says your connection timed out. I want to hear from other people. I want everybody to have the opportunity to speak. So, Jay, can you please land your plane?
Yeah, I just had a question. I didn't have a statement.
So your question was, you thought that was English and you can't translate it. Okay, can you go back on mute for me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, we got Roro up here. I know Roro had introduced themselves. Roro, did you want to say something?
Can you guys hear me? Because my service has been acting real. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, we can hear you, love.
Okay. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to apologize for my Haitian sister. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, pardon me for cursing in your space. I don't know what the hell that was about. That was just like a very weird interaction. I was just like cringing in the comments. I don't know where she was trying to go with that, but I want to apologize. I don't know what the hell she was doing. So, for the prompts, I definitely agree with being black in America does not make you African American. because my family's not from here. They immigrated here from Haiti. I'm Haitian American. I can say that I was influenced by African American culture, but I'm never going to be like, oh yeah, I'm African American. When I have a whole country, I have Haiti to go back to. I have those roots. I had, what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a little disingenuous when people say, well, I'm black and I live in America, so I'm African American. It's like, no, you're not an African descendant of slavery. You're just not. And I do agree that
in America, right? Because we know that Haitians were slaves in Haiti.
Yeah.
Right? And y'all have all rights to tell anybody, don't come to my land and claim my history.
Exactly. So I just felt like she was being a little disingenuous and just greedy, because it's like black culture is not Haitian culture. Haitian culture is not African American culture. You can adore the culture, you can live in the culture, but you're not those people. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with gatekeeping. I feel like more cultures actually should gatekeep, honestly. And I just want to say thank you for letting me come in your space, but I just didn't like the discourse that she was coming with. And I'm like, girl, you making us look real bad right now. Like, it's okay to just listen, gain the information. If you have questions, ask. But it was like you're trying to basically center this live about Haitians, and that's not even what's on the prompts. Like, that was just very
And I don't deny that Haitian people and African American people have a long history, because we already know that Haiti got their independence first, and it basically sparked like a fire in the entire diaspora. And we know that Haitians came over to America and helped a lot with gaining independence, which is conversations that I do have being from Chicago. I know that Chicago was founded by Jean the Baptiste, and I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right, du Sable. I know that because my entire life, my parents took me to the du Sable Museum. My daddy put on his African-American cloak and a kufu, and we was all there every year taking pictures. So I'm very well versed in the fact that Chicago was founded by Haitians, and that a lot of people important in Black history in America are Haitian. But when you look at those people in the history, they were even fighting for African Americans to have their own term.
Right.
So we have to remember that as well. Like, W.E.B. Du Bois, like he wanted to make sure that Black Americans were recognized as their own ethnicity. There are a lot of Black people that were not African American wanted African Americans to be respected. So we have to keep that in mind.
You guys deserve it, and you guys deserve it. It's like you can come. First of all, you're coming into an AA space. Be respectful of the space. Like, we're not saying like, oh, shrink yourself, but be respectful and mindful of the space, because when you try to take on an ethnicity that's not your own, you get to pick and choose, essentially. Like, no, this is your ethnicity, this is blood bought, you know what I'm saying? So I just didn't like where the conversation was going. I was just like, girl, like, please don't get up there and embarrass us. Please do not do that. Because it's cringy. It's super cringy. Like, you can tell the difference. Like I said, you can have an appreciation for the culture, but know that that's not your culture. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Somebody said, should we unite? The purpose of this conversation is not to divide people. It's so that we can respect each other, ethnicities and culture, and each other's boundaries. We're all still Black. Yes, we should unite, but we can't unite if we ignore each other's differences. And we have differences in history.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But it's just like, I think some people, and they're like a little ashamed to admit it. I can't speak from everybody's else is from, but I'm from New York. So in the 90s, being Haitian really was not an easy thing. So they adopted and said, well, I'm not Haitian, I'm this. I'm not Haitian, I'm that. So it's like they've been hiding their ethnicity for so long. And now that it's semi kind of cool to be a Haitian, now it's like, well, I'm Haitian. It's like, okay, that's cool. But when you come into certain spaces and you're not the topic that's being talked about, it's okay to take a back seat. You don't have to throw that in anybody's face or step on anybody else's toes because you feel like you're not being centered. It's not that deep.
I appreciate you, Roro.
Definitely. And I love the culture. My man is African American and I love y'all. So
period. So we have new people up here. I want them to introduce themselves. Drina, can we get your age, name, race, and pronouns?
My name is Drina. I'm 35. I actually My race, it says black on my birth certificate, but I'm telling you right now, I really don't know about that half of my family. And then it's she and her.
Okay, you said you're black?
Yeah, my family started off on the Trail of Tears. My great grandmother was a blue-eyed blonde. My great grandfather was a Cherokee Indian. When they had their son, he married an African woman who passed away, and we never found out about her heritage. And then my dad's family.
So your great grandma was a Cherokee princess?
My great grandfather was Cherokee. His son married an African woman, but we don't know where she's from, and so it's like that side was lost, and I'm trying to find out information from my African side. So it's just like we only talk about like our white and Indian side, and it's more like a.
Please don't say that word. That is a slur. So I'm just gonna ask not to say that on my panel. I mean, those are your people. You can say whatever about your people, but please don't say slurs for indigenous people who are indigenous to the Americas on my panel. Native Americans are not from India. Indian people are Asian. So are you connected to your indigenous culture?
I'm actually, my family really doesn't talk much about anything. That's why I'm trying to learn.
So you're black?
Yes. Okay, my birth certificate is black, but it's like I have a lot of mix in my family, but we don't know. I don't know where I actually come from in my family.
No, we're not doing the indigenous erasure in my comments. Don't come in here saying they descended from nobody. Indigenous people were on this land first. Drina, I encourage you to do actual research on your family and your history. There are black historians that you can get into contact with about your culture and history. However, it would be limited if you are a descendant of chattel slavery in America due to white people still having books sitting on their shelves of our family being traded because they think it's cool and they think it's for safe keeps. However, I also want to encourage you to understand that there are a lot of black people who were told that they had a Cherokee grandma, and it don't be the truth.
Well, I have the paperwork from my great grandfather. We have that paperwork, and he's actually registered in Oklahoma. So I have that paperwork. It's just that we're trying to find out who my grandmother's mother is, and we can't find out who she was. We know she was African American, but we don't know who she was, like where she's from.
Well, if she's African American, then that you're probably not gonna know where she's from. But if you're not connected to your indigenous culture, it's probably not a good idea to go around claiming it. I don't have any indigenous people in here right now that can have a conversation with you, but I do have indigenous mutuals, Afro-indigenous mutuals. They can have conversations with you, but again, the idea that grandparents are Cherokee is just, it don't be the truth 9 times out of 10.
So I'm sending it to my indigenous mutuals right now.
Do you have us on a Bluetooth or something, Drina? Because it's a lot of background noise. Hey, Bob. Thank you.
Yeah, I just sent it to my indigenous mutuals, but one thing that they always say, and something that they tell us to say about it as well sometimes, is to claim your indigeneity is to reconnect to it. It's to actively be immersed within the culture. So, Drina, if you're not immersed and reconnected, you can't claim it. Hey, Monty, love ya. But yeah, they're just gonna tell her the same thing and explain it a bit more.
But yeah, so we'll get back to you in a second. I need the rest of the people to introduce themselves. Dee, can I get your age, name, race? Well, you don't have to give your race. I think we are black here. Can you give us your age, ethnicity, and pronouns?
I'm 23. I'm African American. And I'm sorry, what was the other one?
Your pronouns.
Oh, she, her. I was just gonna speak to what you have. Being black in America does not.
Just give me 1 second. I want everybody to introduce themselves, and then I'll let you speak.
Okay.
Blessings. Can we get your age, ethnicity, and pronouns?
28. I'm African American and I'm a she.
Kai.
I'm 31. I'm African American and I'm a him.
Who was that just dropped? I don't know. Go ahead, Monty. Really quickly, we're gonna have a commercial by Monty. Real quick. Who dropped?
Yeah.
Green.
Y'all can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
My phone is acting up. But y'all, so I'm doing this raffle for the cat hat. It's $5 to enter the raffle. I will be announcing the winner on live. My Cash App and my Venmo is in the picture. So if you want to enter the raffle, you're more than welcome to. But yeah.
Kai,
where y'all go? Everybody didn't drop.
Right. All right, guys. So make sure y'all taking a screenshot into the raffle if y'all want one of these cute hats. Monty also does custom orders, makes purses. So yeah, definitely make sure y'all hit Monty up for custom orders. And if you want to enter the raffle, the more money you send, the more likely you are to be chosen. The raffle will be on the 20th. That is the day that the winner will be announced. I sent you a request, Harleen, to come back in the live. Gotta keep going. Dee, what did you want to say about the topic, love?
Okay, so first I was gonna say being black does not make you African American. Speaking on that, I feel like someone else was saying, I'm sure who first said it, but it is a bit disingenuous, and it also is to a sense of gaslighting. You know, because everybody knows who we are. I feel like to an extent, it's more so intentional. I don't even think they believe that they're African American. I think it's more so to just be intentional and rude. I do feel that the African American culture is not respected in the diaspora. I feel like to an extent it is like looked down upon, and I feel like that needs to change. I think it is also due to the platform, the level that our culture is on, because it's mainstream. And then it is having a rich culture and having right to gatekeep. Yes, of course, African Americans do have a right to gatekeep. I feel like if you are African American, take time to read into your culture, embrace your culture, take pride. And just like J. Marie was saying, also learn your language. So I've been learning Tutnese for about 2 years. So I could pronounce papikat and nanita te mama wakinantat. So definitely embrace your culture. And I would also say for the people who are not, who are gaslighting or being disingenuous, do not let it get to you. But
thank you, Dee. And period, as you should be learning your language. Also, guys, J. Marie hosts classes. I still can't find my email, J. Marie. I'm going to text you.
Girl, don't stop. I'm going to send it to you again. But yeah, I also do teach. I know, Didi, like I said, there's different dialects of Tutanese. Didi is in a group where they speak Tutanu. I teach and I speak the Southern dialect. So if you need resources, you can reach out to either of us. It don't matter. Just learn the language, please. We want to get as many Tutanese speakers that, excuse me, that we can. So yeah, reach out to us.
Thank you, J. Marie. Blessings. What did you want to say about the topic?
I completely agree. Like my mom, she's African American. My father is not. But I feel like the difference between like the both of them as far as family is like African Americans, we can't have anything. We can't have culture. We can't have history. And it's like now we can't even have being African American. I feel like there's nothing that we have to our culture that we're allowed to keep to ourselves.
Thank you, Blessings. As a multi-ethnic person, what is your father?
He's Liberian.
Okay. Yeah, I was just in the purpose of this live is I was in a Liberian space the other day. Man live. And Man keeps claiming that he's African American because he is black in America when he is in fact Liberian American.
Yeah, and he said that we don't have culture. So
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Of course, we have culture, but most of our culture is hidden from us, and it's strategically hidden from us, right? Because they know what has been done to us. So to say we don't have culture, like we could say a bunch of things about other people. It is what it is.
Tutnese is a clear example. Our ancestors, they hid that so well. There's so many aspects of our culture and our languages that we don't know.
I think what he means is that we don't have any culture to ourselves, right? Because we can't even claim slavery because
no.
I'm not being smart. I'm not. I'm saying that we can't even claim slavery. We can't even claim slavery because there's a white sea man who owns the first ever slave museum, and he's profiting off of our ancestors. Like, we can't have anything.
Mickey, I don't care if you send this live to me, man. I said what I said.
Girl, y'all, I'm so sorry. I can't reply in the comments. I'm comment bananaed at the moment, but I believe that my direct messages on here are open. My Instagram is also linked. You can message me on there. It'll probably be quicker to message
They asked how much are your classes.
Girl, that's free. I do not charge my people for reconnecting with the heritage and the history that was stripped from us. So no, they are free.
However, it's a verification process. There's been a couple of white tea folk on here trying to speak Tutnese.
Yeah, this is a African American language only. This is a sacred language, a sacred cant language for African Americans only. If you're African American, I do put you through a verification process. It's nothing personal. I just want to honor the way that my ancestors made the language and wanted to proceed with the language. They want it to be cant, which means secret. So that's what I'm gonna do.
And again, if y'all don't understand, like when it came down to, well, my mom used to speak it when she was younger, but she obviously can't teach me. But when it came down to Tutnese, they would write down the alphabet and burn it. So my papa taught her to write down the alphabet. Once she learned it, burned it. I don't know how she lost it, but I know that her and my auntie used to be speaking it when company would come over and talking shit.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
What is the language called again?
Why?
Oh,
you Somalian, Greg. Why you want to know?
I was just curious. I wanted to look it up.
Don't. She just literally said you don't comprehend well.
Who said that?
Yeah. Just go back on mute, Greg. Hey, Anissa, can we get your age, your ethnicity, and your pronouns, please?
Hi, friends.
Hello.
I am Anissa. I'm 31 and I'm Black. And my pronouns?
You Black American?
Black American, yes. I apologize.
Apologize.
I apologize. I am Black American. I use the pronouns she, her, they. Getting a little they vibes lately. Update. But yes, outside of that, that's that.
And how do you feel about the topics?
I agree 100%. I mostly came up because I have, in my experience, I have met a lot of people who were from African countries that moved to the United States and moved to the area that I live in, and growing up would know some of these, meet some of these people, and they would say, "Oh, I'm not American. I just happen to live here." It's really weird that to hear people say the opposite, that "Oh, I'm Black in America, so I'm African American," because I've met so many African people that actually rejected the title of African American. So it's just interesting to see how that flipped for me. But I do agree, because there are a lot of things culturally that there may be similarities between African American culture and African culture, of course, because we're African American. There are some things that are going to naturally transfer over and be carried through, whether we can make that connection or not, based on slavery or whatever. Whether we make that connection, it's always tough. But I do feel like that's very true. There are some things that I, as an African American woman, culturally will never understand from certain African cultures. Like, there are just some things I just will not understand, or I will not experience, or not be in the know on. And I think that, like, I'm able to accept that because I understand that I'm not from that culture. So I feel like it's just really weird for, like, people to even argue that first point. Like, but anyway, yes, I feel like African American culture is not respected in the diaspora, but then the diaspora draws from it for me. So it's just like y'all draw some influences from our culture, but then you don't respect our culture. Anyway, Dre, huh?
Gray is giving up.
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, Gray, like, drawing from what I mean, like, I don't. What do you really want me to explain that, or do you just want to argue?
No, he doesn't. The first time I ran into this man, he was on another influencer's thing, a white woman with braids, saying things like, "You guys are just mad because she looks better. You guys are angry. You don't know your culture."
I never said
I don't
that.
know why he's
Okay,
I never said that.
in black spaces.
Hold on,
I don't understand why.
No, I
Hold on,
didn't.
wait.
So I've known Gray.
I want you to stand on it and be a man.
That was Zay. That wasn't even me though.
That's you were there.
I've actually known Gray for months. Gray is a black man that goes to Princeton. He is intellectually superior to all of us because we will never have the education that he will have. His internship. Excuse me, I'm speaking.
You know what? You know what?
We will never have the opportunities in life that Gray has. His internship over the summer, he made $30,000. We will never be on Gray's level. No, y'all, seriously, Gray just wants some friends. Gray is extremely anti-black and harmful to himself and to his own community. His debut on Ash's panel was just him clout chasing. And grifting for coins as he always does. Gray is aware. Gray knows his place in my life. Gray is here to bring controversy. Gray is a non-entity. He is unimportant. He is irrelevant. And any other word that you like to associate with him. I don't take Gray seriously at all. All I can do is hope that one day my black brother wake up, because to be going to Princeton and to beat his DUMB is quite frankly embarrassing. That, and he's ableist, so...
Yeah, and also I wanted Harleen to address him for what ableist comments he made, but she's not here any longer. Sunflower, what did he say? Because I missed the comment.
He was trying to ask about what do...
Wait, I thought it was my turn. Huh?
No, I was going to say, he said, when she was talking, he said to fix her stutter.
Yeah, so girl, we don't do that. We don't do ableism. So what was the purpose of that?
Wait, can I have my turn? Because I thought we was doing Showtime.
Go ahead, Monty.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, why? Okay, if he, I don't know if he say he African American, but if he not, like, what is he speaking for? What else I was gonna say? Oh yeah, for the people who don't think we have culture, y'all, African American culture literally touched every inch of the earth. Let's be so for real. Y'all love our culture, but y'all don't like us.
Rap, y'all love rap culture. Y'all love streetwear.
And I definitely think we need to gatekeep more than we should. Like, I feel like we a little bit too nice with it, but I think we need to get a little strict.
Yep.
Stop letting everybody enjoy it. And when we cease our activism alone, that's a comment. But yeah, we got to be a little bit more strict, like how, because I'll be seeing other people like it's literally practices people do in their culture where you have to get married into it to even enjoy it. And I think we need to start doing that or something, because Jesus Christ, like, people is way too comfortable. They is way too comfortable disrespecting us, and they be pissing me off.
Exactly. Play with your mammy, because I ain't Jemima. Brats, please take this.
Hold up. She kind of bad.
Oh, yes.
I agree with what I agree with what Imani had said. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. Who's speaking?
Storm, hi
Anissa?
love.
Storm. Hi, Joy.
Oh, Storm. Hey,
Linda.
Storm.
Hello.
What's your ethnicity, Storm?
Hey, Storm.
I'm Nigerian.
Okay, go ahead, love.
Yeah, so I agree with what Imani said, but I wanted to touch base on Anissa's point. I think it was Anissa who talked before Imani. But I feel as though, I guess from my perspective of like, I guess being from Nigeria, whatever, I feel as though a lot of times when we talk about this topic, or I guess I want to like convey the point that it's definitely like what you say does exist, but I think it's never a African American versus African thing. And I say that because I guess the way I see the Black diaspora is kind of like not even different countries, more so different tribes on its own as individuals.
Yeah, we're not just talking about the motherland. Like, we talking about Black British folk, Black Spanish folk, just the diaspora as a whole. Black people everywhere tend to disrespect African Americans.
What I had heard was Africans and African Americans, but
where did you hear that?
I can clarify that. Hold on.
Oh, Anissa. Okay, Anissa's point.
I can clarify that. Are you talking about like what I said about the first point or the second point?
I don't know, but you had mentioned it. But no, I'm not like arguing with you or debunking or anything. What you said is true. It's true.
I was just trying to give everybody clarity because I think everybody was lost.
Okay.
Just the idea of like, so the first thing I said was like, it's just very strange for me to hear that there are people who are not Black American and they say like they're Black, but they're not Black American, and they'll say like, oh, I'm African American. When for so long I've heard people from the diaspora like actively reject the term African American in general. And then the second point I made was that like it's just very strange to see like people from the diaspora completely like look down on the African American culture, but then pulls from African American culture on certain things. And so like I just felt like that was weird. That's probably what you were referring to.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was referring to. Because and I was saying my point to say that like I guess with how and like where I grew up, because it's so many, I don't know. I feel like being Black was not the basis of, I guess, quote unquote, how I grew up. I don't know if that's the right way to word it. It was more so like we were like, oh, you're from this tribe, you're from this one. And people were like always fighting every single day. Imagine someone from, what's it called? Like an African American from Houston fighting.
Thanks for subscribing, Steph.
From Spring, Texas, like constantly, like that's how it was for me growing up, right? And with that being aside, we also had like, I guess, diverse quote unquote features. So people is like, that's kind of like
featureism and tribalism.
No, I'm not talking about featureism. I'm talking about kind of like how people identified some major tribes because of their different features. Like instead of asking someone, oh, are you from here? You see how maybe they have a long forehead and like a slim nose. You're, oh, okay, you're Fulani. Oh, you have a box head shape and you're short. You're this. Kind of like things like that. Hi, Maisha. But I definitely understand what you're saying, though. Like, I agree with you. I feel as though a lot of people that are not of African American backgrounds do, I guess, pick and choose when to, would I say, I don't even know, but basically people who will practice or like do stuff that's out of African American culture, but be the same ones shitting on them. So that has always been weird, because I've also noticed that with not only my culture, but several other cultures, people who, within Africa itself, the people who are so tribalist within that, that's a whole nother conversation. But I agree with what you're saying. I'm sorry. I'm not the best at speaking and going
No, you're
straight
fine,
forward.
love.
That's okay.
But yeah.
I do want to say, an example would be like when everybody lost their minds when African Americans were wearing waist beads. And as it's already been said in the comments by Angie, we have literal unalived bodies, bones that have been found with waist beads on. But we were told that it was not our culture and that we should not be wearing it. So it's okay for people in the diaspora to gatekeep away from African Americans. But when we say, hey, don't speak AAVE, or hey, don't say the N word, or hey, this came from African Americans, we can't even get acknowledgement.
Can I add to that too? Like, there's a frustration that I have been working through in therapy, y'all. That's why I've been gone for so long. This is not dictated by how Black I feel with someone else in the room. I do, like, that's a personal thing I'm working on. It's attached to anxiety and, imposter syndrome and all of that shit I'm working on. But the one thing that I've found in me working through that is that there are a lot of ways that, like, I've seen other African Americans like engage in certain things like waist beads, wearing dashikis, wearing certain African prints, like.
And we have African American dashikis.
Yes. And like, I've seen stuff online where, not to say everybody that's online is a dictation of, everybody in the diaspora, but that does kind of reflect some sentiments in the diaspora that I'll see a lot of, like, African descended people tell African Americans, okay, well, you can't do that. You can't wear that. You can't blah, 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 blah. But then some of these same people will turn up in white people's comments and watch white people wear some of the same things, do the same thing.
Don't let them get married to a white person. They about to have them adorned in the cultural clothing, the head. They about to do all the traditions at the wedding.
I mean, not even just that, like, just a girl who's she's not even married to anybody that's Black. She's not even in a relationship with nobody that's Black. She don't give this, this could be somebody who doesn't even give the proper homage or the proper acknowledgement of the things that she is adorned in or wearing, and going and giving that proper homage or nod that this is from African culture. And like, when African Americans go into those comments and say, hey, trying to educate, we get backlash from other Africans like, well, I think it's fine. I think you're just
Why are African Americans so mad about cultural appropriation?
Right.
It's not even their culture.
Right.
It's
and
our
so it's
culture.
Just like, it's okay to gatekeep it as long as you gatekeep it from your African cousins. Like we're cousins, like, at that point. Like, so it's okay to gatekeep as long as it's just from us. And like,
honestly, sometimes I feel like everything is gatekept. Like, commenting on videos where people arguing about jollof rice, and I'm like, yeah, but whole time jambalaya is superior. Get out of here! You're not African. Get out these comments.
Right.
Or let's talk about when y'all be making videos about African aunties, and I'd be like, yeah, because my aunties was definitely haters. You're not African.
Right.
Damn, I thought I was African American. My bad.
And there are so many things in our cultures that intersect. There's so much stuff that crosses over. Like, I don't have to not to say like I need to have an African auntie to be, African American, but like, I don't have to have an African auntie to understand an auntie
that the Black older women been hating. Like,
exactly.
Baby, that's the diaspora thing. Black older women hate Black younger women. It's not just about being in front of
it's
other
like
men.
Immediately you become 55 and you just hate everything about younger Black women. Like, no shade if anybody in here 55. But like, yes, Imani, Selena Gomez, and them Afro beats. Like,
excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me?
Wait, are you 55?
No, not the 50. Whoa. I'm talking about the Selena Gomez. Do I look 55? Does that mean I gotta go wash my face?
Sunflower, I thought I really did offend you. I was like, girl, you
No, it's not that you
great.
look 55. You know that we don't crack. That's all.
That's why I was confused. I said, wait.
I was like, I know it's been a little rough these last couple days, but please.
No, girl. No, but yeah, so like, can I talk about that Selena thing with the Afro beats real quick? Because I have a personal gripe about that as well. I'm getting all my personal gripes off. Pow, pow, pow. Pew, pew, pew. But
Damn, finally y'all let me back up. I've been
Anyway,
I'm trying to figure out who let you up. Thank you.
He begging in the comments, let me up. It's like,
no, it wasn't me. Outside the club.
It wasn't me. Since you got me on the counter, it wasn't me. But like, I write music. That's something I do. Like, I'm a singer-songwriter, and I have been really listening. I've been listening to a lot of Afro beats. Like, I get a lot of inspiration from Afro beats, like from African artists. And so like, I like to incorporate that into my music. And it's interesting that like, back in, I would say earlier this year, back in February, I took two songs that I wrote. One of them is like, has got an Afrobeat vibe to it. And I took it to this songwriting conference, in California. And basically like, you know, we gonna keep it a buck on this panel now. It was very 8.5 by 11 in the conference. Okay. It was very 8.5 by 11. And it was just very interesting that like, I listened to all these people bring up all this music. They you know, a lot of 8.5 by 11s before me, and you know, cool. Great. Love that for y'all. But they played all this music, and you know, the panels, you know, an all white panel just going, oh my God, I love this. I get it. Blah, 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 blah. I heard a lot of black music, but didn't see a lot of black people, but that's my personal gripe. I'm gonna leave that alone. So when I step up and I play my music, I introduce myself, I play my music, and I'll never forget, like, I played my music, and the first thing that this one person said as a reaction to my stuff was, I mean, I just don't really understand it. I don't understand it. It doesn't... do you have a North Star for this song? Do you know what a North Star is? And I just, like, as a very intelligent person with some level of patience, she was trying me. In the back of my head, I was like, bitch, of course I know what a fucking North Star is. Fuck is wrong with you? But on the outside, I had to keep it cool. I was like, yeah, I know what a North Star is. And like, basically what she was trying to say is that my music was directionless. That's directionless, that there was no point of the song. And it was awfully interesting that I played that same music. I played that same music in front of another black person in a completely different panel. And she's like, oh, I get it. I get this. Like, oh, I get it. This gonna be hot. This Afro beats. And it's very interesting that like white consumers, like that audience that I was in, a panel full of white people, did not even recognize what I wrote was inspired by Afro beats. Didn't even acknowledge it. But any girl that came up after me that did not look like me and had, you know, just a little bit of Afro beats up in their stuff. Oh my God, this is so hot. And it just like makes me sick a little bit, because it's just like, well, damn, we can't have nothing, huh?
I'm so sorry you had that experience.
I mean, I'm not mad because I know my shit is good. Okay, so like, that's the difference between me and them. I know my shit is good. There was nothing that they was gonna tell me that day that would have made me like feel some type of way. I was like, oh girl, you got thin lips and you cannot clap on beat. It's okay.